finished with the histology, we move on the clinical procedure and then the radiology. As we can see, here are the needles. These are the lumbar punctures needles. They have the three parts. That is now. So they have the stellate, which supports their this one, and we take this lumbar puncture procedure is for why it used. So it is used to collect the CSF, cerebrospinal fluid, for the diagnosis purposes, and also for the local anesthesia. We use this lumbar puncture needle. It is 10 to 12 centimeter in the length, and common site for this is between L3 and L4 vertebra, that is the intervertebral space. So this lumbar puncture is also called as a spinal tap, and it is always done under the local anesthesia. The person take the fetal position, as we can see in these pictures. So this is syringe with the needle on the left side, and on right side there is a scalp vein set needles. This syringe, they are 2 cc, 5 cc, and the 10 cc, and they are used for the intramuscular injection, intravenous injection, aspiration of the fluid from the cavities for blood sample collections. And the common site for the intramuscular injection is the deltoid in the adult. If we talk, for that we know the acromion process, and below that 2 centimeter we can use the injection. Okay, so next is the uh, this gluteal region. We divide this gluteal region into 4 quadrants, and injection is given at the outer and upper quadrant to prevent the damage to sciatic nerve, and also the this superior gluteal arteries also. And for the bachus, in the infants or the in children's, we use the injection, intramuscular injection, mostly on the thigh region. So we divide this thigh region into the 9 quadrant, and the middle and the outer quadrant, here we give the injections. So next, for the intravenous site of the injection, mainly in the cuboidal fossa. So there is a medial cuboidal vein, and the basilic vein, and the cephalic vein. These three veins are the more common, as we can see in the pictures also. There is IV bottles, and the IV sets are also called as the infusion set, and they control the blood fluid flow. And so they are maybe in the Ringer lactate, normal saline, or dextrose normal. So these solutions, they are mainly used for intravenous therapy for fluid volume replacement in dehydration, to correct the electrolyte imbalances. This is infant feeding tube, mainly as the name suggests, infant. So it is nasogastric feeding in the infant, venesection in the burn patients, urinary catheter in the children. It is used as. So next is the arterial pulsation on the face region. The first pictures, as we can see, this is the in front of the preauricular point. We can palpate here the superficial temporal artery also. Here is the common carotid artery. We can palpate against the tubercle of the C6 vertebra. This is facial artery at the anteroinferior angle and of the masseter muscles. We can palpate the facial artery. There is a demonstration of the radial artery against the carpal bone. Brachial artery we can palpate at the side tendon of the biceps, and in cuboidal fossa. This is popliteal artery. We are palpating in the popliteal fossa. Dorsalis pedis at between the first intermetatarsal space. This is posterior tibial artery palpating at the behind this medial malleolus. Now moving towards the radiology, we have this X-ray OPG. OPG is a common name, but use the long form, that is orthopantomography, also called as a panoramic radiography. You can see here the coronoid process. It is mainly for the, we can see the position of the different teeth, and here we can also see the mental foramen. Here is the styloid process, the condyles of the mandible. Then this is the canal of the inferior alveolar canal. Then we also see the maxillary processes. So indication of this X-ray is evaluate the mandible fracture, oral and maxillofacial pathology, odontogenic, non-odontogenic diseases, to study the maxillary sinus, to know the size of the tumor, cyst, and edema. Here we can see the lower molars. They are erupting like slant in directions. So this one is useful. So lateral cephalogram, that means the lateral side of the skull and the face and the neck region. We can see the yellow one is the sella turcica, where the pituitary gland is situated. This green structure is showing the attachment of the lateral pterygoid muscle. Here is the mandibular notch. The black one dot is showing the atlantoaxial joints, and this purple one is the mastoid process, where the this antrum, maxillary and mastoid antrum is a present. So middle ear infections we can find out here. So to assess the position of the teeth, indication of this lateral cephalogram, fracture, dislocation, evaluate the relationship of the soft and hard tissues of the face. This is a water view. This is mainly for the examination of the different paranasal ear sinuses. This last one is the chest X-ray, mainly the chest X-ray taken as the posterior-anterior view, that is the PA view. X-ray passes from the posterior to the anterior. That means the X-ray tube is posteriorly and the film is present on anteriorly. So the first number is one is called the diaphragm. The second is the costodiaphragmatic angle. The third one is the lucent area, right? So it must be having the air. That means it is the lung, and this opaque area we called it as the ribs. Then 9 1 showing the hilum. Then fourth one is arch of aorta, and this 11th is showing the trachea. 14th are showing the scapula, like this one. Okay, thank you so much.